Hey YouTube, welcome back. Donnie here. Thanks for watching. As I mentioned in my last video, I have a lot of pickups from a local card shop as well as the card show that occurred in Nashville yesterday on the 28th of December. So I've split this video into two pieces, so this is the second part of it. I wanted to share those pickups that I made from the shop and the card show. So stay tuned. I'll turn this camera around and we'll get right into the cards. Okay, first up, when I was returning from Johnson City, dropping my son off at college after Thanksgiving, I swung by Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and went to Grand Slam Collectibles there in Murfreesboro. They had just moved into a new building in the same kind of strip mall area where they were located previously, but to a much larger facility. First time I've ever been in there. Actually, first time I've ever been to Grand Slam, period. But I was really impressed. They had a lot of stuff, way more than I had time to look through. But I did go through some boxes of vintage 60s cards, particularly 1960 tops and 1961 tops, also some 1958 stuff. Very helpful folks in there, very nice, sat down, chatted with me for a little bit while I was looking through cards. So I'd recommend checking them out if you're in the Nashville or Murfreesboro, Tennessee area. If you haven't checked them out before, I'll definitely be stopping back by there whenever I have a chance. Wide variety of ungraded cards for set building, graded cards for star cards, Hall of Famers. They had modern cards, obviously autographs. I think they had some non-sport cards, obviously all the major sports, basketball, football, hockey, baseball. So anyway, just seemed like a real nice shop, so I'll be stopping back by there when I get a chance. But what I picked up from there on this particular time when I went in were some hits for my 1960 tops that I'm working on. So I'll show those to you guys here real quick. So first up is Dick Stigman. Most of the ones I need for this set are up in the the upper 400s, 500s range number cards. There are quite a few star cards that I need, but I think I'm down to maybe 70 something cards to complete the set, maybe less than that even. So I'm getting very close. So as soon as I can finish my 1965 set, I'm going to really focus on finishing this 1960 set. But that was a pretty nice card there for that. Jerry Staley. Again, real nice condition. I can't remember what I paid for these. They weren't like dollar box kind of cards because they're pretty nice, as you can see. Excellent mint condition, or better even on some of these. Clinton, Camillo Pascual, All-Star card. Billy Pierce, All-Star card. So those were the 1960 tops I picked up there that I needed. They had a lot more, but I was trying to limit my spending, so I left it at that. Next up, they had a box with just miscellaneous vintage, kind of late 50s, early 60s stars and Hall of Famers and stuff. And one of the subsets I've been working on is the 1958 Topps All-Star subset. So I needed, I think, 5 cards when I went there, and I picked up the last 3 commons that I needed. So Johnny Temple. I love this subset. It's just great. The blue or the red kind of star backgrounds, depending on if it's National League or American League. For that one. And then also Bob Friend. So pretty nicely centered there. And then Ed Bailey. So getting those 3 brought me down to just needing 2 cards to finish the subset, the Hank Aaron and the Willie Mays. And just a little bit of a teaser, I picked one of those 2 up at the Nashville Card Show yesterday. So again, while I was at Grand Slam looking through that Stars box, I came across a bunch of 1961 Topps League Leaders card, which is another subset I'm working on. I'm trying to get all the League Leaders subsets of all the 60s sets, and I needed quite a few from the 61 Topps set, and they just happened to have them, and they were, I think these were like $5 each maybe. So really nice condition, and of course you get some pretty good star power for your dollar. So this one, Minnie Minoso there, the American League batting leaders, also Scourin there on the right. And then Biggie, Willie Mays, and Clemente on this one. The National League batting leaders, also Dick Groat up there. And then the National League ERA leaders with Don Drysdale. And the American League ERA leaders, there, Jim Bunning, the bottom left. And then finally, the American League strikeout leaders, also with Jim Bunning, this time on the top right, as well as Early Win there, down there in the middle, in the bottom row. So these League Leaders card, you know, for $5 you get a lot of Hall of Fame star power, I think. So I just, if you're looking to collect vintage cards on a budget, I would definitely recommend picking up some of these. I mean, you can get Willie Mays and Roberto Clemente on the same card for, I think that one may have been a little bit more. That may have been $20 or something like that, but still pretty cheap when you consider the 2 big name Hall of Famers on it. But all these other ones were $5 each, so I think they're a pretty good deal. So that is what I picked up at Grand Slam Collectibles in Murfreesboro. So let me take these down, and we will be back in just a minute with some of the pickups from the Nashville Card Show. Okay, I'm back. So the Nashville Card Show was yesterday. I went looking for a 1965 Topps Steve Carlton rookie card, and I could not find one that I thought was in the right condition for the right price. There's one there I looked at. He had it listed for $300. I asked him if he could do any better. He said he could do $250 on it, but honestly, it was like a $200 card at best, not a $250 card, and certainly not a $300 card. And they had some others that were graded that were more expensive, and I wasn't really looking to spend that. I was looking to spend somewhere, you know, $220 or, you know, $200 to $250, $225, somewhere around there for Steve Carlton rookie card, and I just couldn't find one that I thought was worth it. So I went to Plan B and started looking for some of the cards I needed to finish out the 1958 Topps All-Star subset, which I'll show here in a few minutes. But I want to show these other ones first. There was this one guy that had mostly modern cards, but he had a whole box of vintage stuff, and it was listed as 90% off. So the prices on these holders that I'm about to show, basically you multiply by 0.1, and that's the price of the card. So I think all these cards together was $32, something like that. And most of them were kind of low to mid-grade, but there were some nice cards in there, all years, all players, mostly stars, but there were some commons and stuff too. So I found quite a few that I needed for my 1959 set, some for my 60 set, 62 set, as well as 75 top set, and just some others too. So I'll show those with you now. So first up is a really nice 1954 Topps Paul Pinson common card. Cost me $5, but for as nice as it is, I figured $5 was probably worth it. So I have started the 54 Topps set. That was one of the ones I was going to be focusing on for 2025. and I thought this one was pretty sweet, so I decided to pick that one up. And let's see, the next few are some 1959. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So $8 for these 6 cards. First up is Don Zimmer. So pretty nice Don Zimmer card there. You can see a little bit of creasing or surface wrinkle, really, going through kind of his lips there. But Don Zimmer, kind of star manager. Jackie Jensen, again for $1. Fills a hole in my set. Johnny Cucks, again $1. Bob Turley, $1. Sam Jones. This one's probably the nicest of the ones, at least of the dollar ones. And then Stan Williams. This one has a couple little surface wrinkles there you can kind of see. So I put it on the upgrade list already, but still, for $1, thought it was worth it. Next up are a couple from 1960 to fill holes in my 1960 top set. First up, Dale Long, $1. And then Joe Cunningham, All-Star card. So most of the All-Star cards I need for this set are the big-time Hall of Famers. But there were a couple like this that I needed as well, so I figured for $1, or actually $1.50 in this case, that would work. Then let's see, 1962. Working on that set as well. Kind of been put on the back burner while I try to finish my 1965 and 60 top sets, but still, when I find some cards that'll fit, I'll pick them up. So there's Jerry Lynch, a little over $1 for that one. Floyd Robinson, rookie trophy card. That's pretty cool. Nice looking card there. And then Ken Boyer. So possible future Hall of Famer. I didn't have this card yet. Needed it for my set, but also Ken Boyer around. I'm trying to collect some of the potential future Hall of Famers. As we saw with Dick Allen and Dave Parker getting in here recently, their cards have kind of spiked. So whenever I can find a potential Hall of Famer card that looks decent at the right price, I pick it up. Last card show I picked up a 1955 Topps Ken Boyer rookie card. I think it was $5, and it's easily probably a $30 or $40 card in the condition it was. So anyway, I'll put that one up here on the stand, I guess, right now. Let's see, next up, Harmon Killebrew 1964 Topps. So this one was $6. This one, I mean, the front looks fantastic. Great color, decent centering. Now it does have, if you notice, that A up there in the top right corner, which I missed actually when I bought this. But I can put that in display, maybe at my work even, and no one ever know the difference. So it's a pretty nice card. Or maybe even put it on the end of a binder for a 1964 top set when I get to finishing that. So that's Killebrew, card I did not have. And then I picked up 2 hits for my 1975 top set. First is Kari Ostrimsky. $4 for that one. And Tom Seaver, $3 for that one. That was a really nice shape. So getting really close to that finishing that 1975 top set as well. So that's probably within reach for 2025 if I can focus a little bit on it. Let's see, next up, a couple more things from the Nashville Card Show. For those who have listened to the show a little bit, my dad knew Hal Lanier growing up in St. Pete Beach, Florida, and I came across this Hal Lanier card in a just a Commons box, and so it's one I didn't have, so I picked it up. So 1973 tops, him with the Yankees. Of course, he went on to be a manager, managed the Astros, and he is still living, I believe. So I still need to send off a letter to him and try to get an autograph on his rookie card. So that's Hal Lanier. And also, another card or player that you may have heard me talk about, Mickey Vernon. And so to go along with the 1950 Bowman cards I showed in the last video, here's a 1950 Bowman Mickey Vernon. $12 for this. He was a star player, not a Hall of Famer, but a star player for the Senators, Cleveland Indians, and my dad's favorite player. So when I saw this, when I didn't have Mickey Vernon yet, and 50 Bowman that I had just gotten all those cards for the starter lot from the Net 54 Secret Santa, I knew that was kind of just meant to be, so I picked that up. Let's see, next one. This is a stack from the same seller, from a different seller from the 90% off guy, but some cards I needed for some of my sets. So this is just an upgrade for my 1965 top set, but Billy Odell. So I'm trying to collect this set in excellent mint or better condition. So that one's pretty nice. Most of the upgrades I needed for the set is due to centering. There's some that maybe have corner, little surface wrinkle or something like that, but most of them are just centering issues. And this one's centered fairly nicely, certainly better than the one I had. So I picked that up. Also found in the kind of the value box of that same seller, this 1961 Topps Curt Flood. So again, talking about players that may make the Hall of Fame someday. Curt Flood's one of them. So pick that up. I think it was maybe $2, something like that. Pretty nice shape though. And it goes along with those other 1961 Topps cards I got from the VCT Christmas gift. So helps along that set. Another subset I'm also starting to work on is the 1961 MVP set. I love these cards. There's some big names in here. These are not super big names, but nevertheless I need them for that subset. So first up is Hank Sauer. That was $5. Actually, I think these are all less than what their sticker price was because he totaled them up and then I think took a little bit more off. But there's that one. And then Hall of Famer Nellie Fox from that same subset, 1961 Topps. But really nice looking card. And then found another one I needed for my 1960 Topps set, Sparky Anderson. This is his second year card, I believe. So pretty nice looking card. Hall of Famer Sparky Anderson. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I am big on League Leaders cards. And so this is 1966 Topps League Leaders card with Tony Oliva on it. Also Rocky Colavito, who just passed away. So, really nice condition. So again, you can pick up these League Leaders cards with Hall of Famers for cheap. And they're awesome looking cards. So I think I'm going to place that with, or the Ken Boyer with that one. Take down some of these others here and make some room. I'm also working on a 1964 Topps Giant set, and I'm down to needing a handful of cards there. And this same seller that those others I just showed you had this one. I paid $15 for it, but it's the Brooks Robinson. These cards are just awesome. They're larger than normal size cards, so you get, really big, nice photos are really high quality, just great looking cards. And then if you look in the backs are completely different, kind of had like a news article type of look to them. Tells a little story about each of the players. So I love these 1964 Topps Giants cards, and that's the Brooks Robinson I needed for that set. Now, the next one's kind of a surprise. In that same bargain box that I found some of those that I'll show you just now, I ran across this card, and I thought I knew what it was, but I wasn't sure, so I asked the seller. He didn't know what it was. There happened to be another guy standing there next to me looking through some of the other cards at the dealer's table, and he pulled out his phone and took a picture of it, looked it up, and confirmed that yes, it was what I thought it was. And so this card cost me $10. It's in poor condition. I'll show you why here in a minute. But to me, this was like a no-brainer to pick up. It was a 1947 Bond bred Phil Rizzuto. So Yankee shortstop Hall of Fame player from the 40s and 50s. Rizzuto did have a double play card in 1941. I was thinking this was his rookie, but he does have that earlier card. But this is before his 1948 Bowman card, which is kind of the first wide distribution card of him, I think. So I found this, $10. Does have where it was probably put in a album of some kind and a little bit of writing there on it, but it's blank back otherwise. So, but I figured, yeah, $10 for a 1940s Phil Rizzuto card, that was pretty sweet. So the guy next to me that had looked it up for me, I took a picture of it. He was going to be on the lookout for any others that he might find. I didn't see any others at the show, especially in the bargain boxes I went through. But so if you guys don't go through bargain boxes, I think you really should. You can find stuff like that I don't know if it's worth $10 or not. I looked on eBay, and things I saw range from like $20 up to a few $100s, depending on the condition and types. There's both square corner and rounded corner versions of the Bond Breads. But anyway, I thought that was just a great find and easily worth $10 for my collection at least. And then the last pickup here, I mentioned that I was trying to complete the 1958 Topps All-Star subset. And so I was looking for either Hank Aaron or Willie Mays. Looked at Hank Aaron. It was off-center. Didn't think it was really the right one for me. Looked at a couple of Willie Mays's, and this was the nicest of the ones I looked at for a decent price. It cost me $150 from a dealer I bought from before. That's the 58 Topps Willie Mays All-Star card. Just really nice condition. Little OC. But if you've looked at these cards, it's hard to find them perfectly centered. And this one was centered enough for me, I thought. The back, pretty nice. So now I'm down to needing just the Hank Aaron of this subset to finish it up. So hopefully in my next card show I can pick up the Hank Aaron and be done with that one and move on to another subset. So that was the big card pickup of yesterday at the Nashville card show. But there you can see a few of the ones I picked up. 47 Bond bred Phil Rizzuto, 64 Topps Giants Brooks Robinson, the Willie Mays All-Star from 1958 Topps, and then the 1966 Leaders card of Tony Oliva and others. So anyway, I hope you guys like that. Sharing the video, the cards this time around. Probably the most fun part of making the videos is showing cards and watching other people show cards and stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back later with some more videos. But until then, wish everyone a Happy New Year and take care. Thank you.